How's it, everybody? Okay, so today we're going to talk about Jupiter. It has recently gone into Taurus. So, when we're talking about Jupiter in Taurus, what we are talking about is wherever you have Taurus in your chart, okay, and whatever is in the second house of your chart, really check those things out because as the ruler of the second house, whatever's there, going to be touched just as much as whatever house your Taurus is in, as well as whatever Jupiter is in for you. All of those things going to matter. Okay, so say that you have Jupiter. Wait, I have Jupiter and Scorpio in the fourth house. Okay, and Scorpio and Taurus are opposite signs. Now, I've already been asked, how I'm going to handle the shit show. I'm not, because you know why? First of all, I have a stellium, three or more in, same sign or house, and sometimes same sign and house anyway. And it is all in my 10th house, meaning that anything Taurian that has to do with me, okay, that I respond or react to is pretty much seen by everybody because that's the public, that's your career, it's your passion, it's what you love to do. And right now I'm waiting for it to not be 5 million degrees outside here in Vegas waiting for the rain to come so that I can get back out there and go put my baby plants in the garden boxes. Okay, that's a very Taurian thing as well. Hear me now. Unless you do the work, okay, on yourself, on a garden box, on your body, on whatever, unless you pay attention and do everything you're supposed to do, well, Taurus is kind of slow moving as is. So whatever's going to be slow, going to be more slow and going to be more big. And speaking of big, in Taurus, it is already a very overindulgent, luxury, pleasure loving sign. Okay, so imagine with Jupiter in Taurus how much, I'm just going to say, how much insane kind of things people are going to find themselves having to deal with in terms of growth in the sector in their life that is Taurian. Okay, for me that would be Moon, Saturn, and Mars. Across the street, from my natal Jupiter, which is in Scorpio. Now, Taurus and Scorpio are both money signs. So, say for instance, you did all the work for whatever it is that you're investing going to be good over the next year, by the way, but it's not going to be too great until like next year, 24. End of April going into May, because this transit in Taurus with Jupiter gonna last for an entire year. So you have an entire year, okay, to get up off your okole and go do Taurian things. Investing is one of them. The other thing has a chance of happening, which I'm very hopeful, is that the things that you have worked on for a very long time that are Taurus based, okay, go look up Taurus. Those things are the things, if you've done the work, going to be blessings. You're going to get what you need. The other thing that's going to happen is, let's say that you have some things going on with your physical self that aren't that great. Well, you get this whole year to work on that, right? Meaning that if you started that now, by the time 1 year comes from now, Paul, you're not even going to have to deal with it, other than, whatever, if you have to maintain it, because it might be chronic, or you have to just watch your P's and Q's because whatever. You have a whole year for that, okay? And so Taurus, which is ruled by Venus, or rules Venus, in the sign of expansion, in the sign of benefit, in the sign of blessings. Okay. Nobody ever tells anybody at all point blank the other side of that, which is, I'm going to go with the word expensive. Okay. Such as you go spend plenty money, that was expensive. Okay. You overindulge, that overindulgent going to get more expensive because of the planet of expensiveness, Jupiter, being in the money sign, Taurus. Okay. So what this transit gives everybody the opportunity to do is, yes, enjoy yourself, do what makes you happy, wait for the blessings, especially if you've done the work. But be careful, you need to strike what? My favorite word, one balance. Yeah, because you cannot just go, okay, give me my Taurian blessings, and then take care. It's kind of like having a garden. You can have the most beautiful garden, but if you don't tend to it, you don't work on it, well, sure, it will grow. If you feed it too much, it's going to overgrow. And then you're going to have to do more work. So because of the oppositions between Taurus and Scorpio, it would be a lovely thing if all of us humans remembered one thing right now, which is balance. Balance with this expansiveness. Let Scorpio do its part of this, which is to bring, the reality of the other side of all of this growth, right? So where Taurus is the bank, Scorpio is the real estate agent. Where Taurus is the bank account holder, Scorpio is the deed holder, the mortgage holder. Okay. So when you think of those two signs being, opposite each other, people, oh my God, it's an opposition. What in the hell is wrong with everybody? Were you worried about the opposite thing? Don't be worried about the opposite thing. Just do the work on the thing that you know you need to have happen, you want to have happen, because you did all the work already. And if you never do all the work, now is a good time to begin doing the work. Because why? Like I just said, blessings from Jupiter will happen as long as, number one, because it's Taurus, you need to be patient. Okay, Earth element always takes a little bit of time to come into our lives. So all I'm going to say is what my mom used to tell me is, girl, you wouldn't wait this long, can wait a little bit longer, yeah? Taurus, Jupiter. Growth takes time. Okay. I think so, I'm right when I say it's the biggest planet in all of our solar system. Meaning that because of Taurus, it is actually beneficial. Because Taurus is a fixed sign and it takes its time to do anything, right? When you go add Pisces Saturn to this, all I can see is all the artists and all the, the people who are creative in nature. Now is the time. I'm one of those people. Okay, now is the time where we can be drawing and painting, writing poetry, writing anything, making music. What else? Singing. All of those things are the things that should be taking place right now. Because, when you have an earthy earth sign and this big planet, which is co-ruled, like for real, by Pisces and Sagittarius. Well, Pisces is, creative. We got a big imagination. And, well, when you put all those things together, and you know for sure that the things you have been working towards and the things that you really want, the things that mean anything to you, is now touched by Jupiter in Taurus, you also know as well that you can expect blessings to come, okay? And like I said, might take a while. It might take this full year. But if you are intent on watching this beauty become part of your life, do not put down the work. Do not just sit back and wait, because that is not how this works. Okay. In fact, anything astrologically, all right, all that is it's a guide. It's not instructions, it's just an explanation as to the reason why, you know, each human being behaves the way that they do. Whether we want to believe it or not, because still plenty of us guys go, well, I wouldn't have did that if they didn't do this first. Mas fica, stop blaming people. Okay, that's bullshit. You have always had the choice, even when you was a small guy, to say yes or no. Yes, I will do that. No, I will not. Depending on the situation, right? Is, you know, the outcome is dependent on that, on your actions within the situation. And for real, no matter how many times you go watch that movie, the stupid movie, The Secret. No, watch that. That lady was, you know, she got in plenty of trouble. No matter how many times somebody going to tell you, oh, you can just psychically make it happen. The hell you can. You cannot. No matter how many times somebody else could tell you, you do not have to do the work, they are fuller of shit than a Christmas turkey, because Taurus demands it, Jupiter demands it. No matter what you like think. Because why? You go sit and do nothing. You just sitting there doing buffalingish, expecting the blessings to come, because I already did the work long time ago. No, the work is ongoing. Okay, if it means anything, for instance, two things in this life that I love the most, besides, you know, actual writing and drawing, is right here, telling you folks about astrology in a way that you can understand, because why? I'm going to use real life examples. Another thing is hula. I love to dance hula. Oh my God. So the way that I specifically can take advantage of this energy over the next year is I can rethink, who are my hula students? Who would I want to teach the way that I teach it, which is not for entertainment. It's for, you know, correcting the posture and actually building muscle, all those kind of things. Cardiological strength, whatever you want to call it. And this. Okay, so if I go ahead and do all the work for all these things that I love to do, by the time 1 year is Paul, don't be shocked if you see YouTube videos of me dancing hula someplace. And definitely don't be shocked if you see that my views have spiked, or that I have taught a couple workshops online. That is what this transition, Jupiter in Taurus, is really all about. Okay? For real, when I tell you folks, go online, go do one web search, Jupiter, and make sure that you don't go Jupiter in Taurus woman. Instead, Jupiter in Taurus 2023. And whichever one resonates with you, which is not necessarily the one that you like the most, the one that tells you all these beautiful things. I'm a balanced astrologer. I want you to go look up the shitty things too. Why? Then you know what's going to happen all the way from one extreme to the other. Nobody does that. So I am hoping that you folks will. And, you know, the most important thing about Jupiter is not focusing on what to avoid. Because if you focus on what you're trying to avoid and you put all your energy there, guess what's going to happen? You're going to bring more shit you're going to want to avoid into your life. Because why? You was focused on things you're trying to avoid. When you focus on things that you want to happen, that you want to, you know, manifest, focus on that. Not on the mistakes you're going to make on the way there. Not on the letdowns, because I really believe they're going to be very minor ones. Especially if you know how to use this Jupiter Taurus energy, which I do. So, Instead of focusing only on the problem and the thing you like avoid, focus on, the goal without putting too much weight on it has to be exactly like this, because it won't be. And try to come as close to the goal as you can. And understand that this year in Taurus is not the end of it, because you're still going to have to maintain it after the fact. Okay, even when it's in Gemini, even when it's in Cancer and Leo and Virgo and all the other guys. Okay, so beginning now, like now, right this minute when you're probably watching me, talk, go and really think about what in the hell it is that you really want to do, or the thing that you would like to make better. Of course, it can be material, can be your money, should be your money, okay? Because you're going to find lots of things are going on in the banking industry, but what nobody likes to think about is we might actually fall right into that quite fine and nice, depending on how you approach it. So if you approach things going on in this world right now with a shitty stink attitude, guess what's going to happen? You're going to see everything from now until next year with a shitty stink attitude, okay? But if you approach it on a day-to-day basis, and hell yeah, take notes, document it. I do it. You should see my I have a lot of those, wire-bound notebooks. Document it. Document your progress. Why? Because it's Taurus and it's Earth, and writing shit down what we don't think about. Okay? This has to point towards manifestation and earth signs and bringing things into reality. When a thought is in your head, it's just your voice talking to you about we should go do this. But when you go take one pen, not on your laptop, not on your phone, actual pen and, paper, and you go write down that thought, you've just turned air into earth. Using fire in action. And you don't even think that way. You don't think that way, quite. Because you're only taught, shown, people keep posting all these damn memes about if you do this, this will happen. Please. It's going to take work. So, if you want to know the strength of your own power, even as tiny as it is, go write down one thing you're thinking about. Because in that instance, you are witnessing manifestation in front of your face. Why? Because you're the only one knows what you're thinking, but once you go write them down and show people, you've manifested your thought, whether it is materially or just materially on paper. Okay? I know that sounds way the fuck out there, but it's not. It's actually very simple. So, for this planetary thing going to last 1 year, do dream big, okay? But not so big that you cannot rein it in, because there is the other side of this, which is overindulgence, where it gets to be so big and so out of control that you don't even know what to do with it, okay? Yes, I am even talking about money, okay? I really am. Now, on the other side of all this, there will be people who are very Pollyanna about this, who will put it online, put it out there for all of us to see. Oh, if you do this because I did this, phooey. Okay, I'm not even telling you that you need to agree with me. I'm telling you, I'm just here to give you this idea. Whatever you're thinking is on you. What is more on you is if you go ahead and activate this Jupiter energy in your life, regardless of what your Jupiter sign and house is, because it will touch that. It will also touch your Taurian house, whether it's empty or not. No more planets in the house. I keep telling you folks, astrology is more than just, well, you're a this sign and I'm a that sign and we can be friends because the meme said so. Bullshit. The reality is, it takes work, all of this. There is no wham bam, thank you man, bibbity bobbity, and there it is. No. It takes a lot of work. There are no practitioners of the craft who I know personally who will not, agree with me. They will agree with me when I tell them, hey, you guys saw my video. Yeah. how does that apply with, what you folks do with the craft? Oh no, you're right on it. You're right spot on. Why? Because again, the beginning of this planetary thing a couple days ago, you better bet your ocolis I was getting emails, not so many texts, because I was not here at my desk. I was with my boyfriend. Even now, I keep getting questions. When can I expect this? As soon as you pal doing the work. That's when. So really, even though Jupiter is the great benefic, okay, whatever it is that you want to happen in your life, look, my dirty hands, I was outside gardening. Anyway, whatever it is that you want, that you are desirous of, that has anything to do with Taurus, and again, go look it up. Those are the things that you ought to be putting your energy toward. This does not mean take away the energy from everything else. This means you might want to consider those things that you've been thinking about all this time, because Jupiter and Taurus is going to help. It is, okay? And again, I know you folks don't like do work. You like do work. This is something that you cannot do online. I mean, you could if that was the thing you was trying to make more big, but I mentioned health earlier, right? You cannot do your health online. You can research it, okay? Someone extremely close to me knows this. And so they are doing what they need to do to keep themselves well informed so that what? They will be okay when everything, all their procedures are POW. For me, again, I'm trying to grow my channels. And yeah, I may go ahead and throw my hat back into the hula ring, but not in the sense that would be we're going competition. No. No. Mine is not the same kind of hula that everybody sees. And to know what that is, you're going to have to reach out and ask. But so there you have it. Remember that Jupiter is currently in Taurus. And while it is for the next year, you're going to want to know all about what is, Jupiter and Taurus. I implore everybody to just go and look for the Jupiter definition, explanation, all those kind of things first. You can use Jupiter astrologically. You can use the ruler of Jupiter, which is Sagittarius and Pisces. You can, go ahead and Google Jupiter in Taurus 2023. You're going to come up with at least, a couple things in that first page. And don't just go with the first thing that you see, and think that you won't know exactly what you need to know. The way that you will know exactly what you need to know is through studying and researching and paying attention and documenting everything. So that is what I have to say. And I will see you all next time. Thank you for being here. Aloha oi.